I'm very happy to be here. My pleasure. I recently, in Bangalore, performed with an amazing band, the Mystic Vibes. Woo. And here I have the Amit Nadig, from the flutist from the Mystic Vibes. He's the recipient of most prestigious award called Ustad Bismillah Khan, Yuva Hura Skull by the government of India. Yay! So we have a performance for you. It's from my memoir, Abacus of Loss. It's a chapter from it. And although it's my memoir, it's also your story. Thank you. I lie on my old spring bed, thinking about girls who slit their wrists, who pour kerosene on their heads and light a match. I'll be 13 soon. We kiss the warm earth, lips drawing moans from the sea. Like ghosts in flimsy shrouds, fountains of semen recreate us, sinew by shadow, by flesh, and this coffin, mine. Mama's cousin is soon to be married. She's visiting from her village, and they've installed her in my room. I ask her about her fiancé. She says, "You're too young for that talk." Every night, she shoves my doll into my arms and kisses me goodnight. Who takes comfort from sleeping with a stiff, metal-made plastic body? If I tell her this, her eyelashes will blink away my words. I clutch the doll and say goodnight. Billboards, wretch meandering slogans, strike eyes with guns clutched by fetching rough men. Gone are the Marlboro cowboys roping their cattle, half-smoked cigarettes dangling from mouths. I'm on a high hill above Tehran. Below, the city is veiled with smog. I take a deep breath and walk down into the gray mass. When I return, I write what I have seen. In one story, a girl is stolen by a monster who hides her in a cave and loves her until she catches his monsterness like a cold. In another, a boy whose schoolmate calls him Najes, unclean, takes revenge by spitting into their Coke bottle when they are not looking. I have 15 of such stories. I submit one to a contest at school and win. I show Mama and Daddy the medal and read them the story. They smile and say, "Bah, good job." When I tell them I have many more, they say, "Go do your homework now. It's almost dinner time." The house is corpses of women cooking meal after meal. The house is my voice trapped beneath blue bed sheets. It is a child on a rooftop watching stars, those scorching, bodiless heads shoot across night sky. My country stands behind a tree laden with fruit, yet hungry. Instead of seeds, it plants landmines in the fertile soil, arranges vowels along its windowsills like shells from an oil-ridden shore. I carry my coffin on my back. I contemplate opening my veins with Mama's kitchen knife. I ask the poster of Gugush, my pop rebellious idol, what's the point? Would my death cancel the wedding they are planning? Will it stop all jolly feasts in the family this year, next year? Will they sing at my funeral? Gugush narrows her eyes, lifts up her chin and says, wear a red dress, will you? This city chokes in morning glory, which grows along its tall windows, over the tables and chairs of restaurants, through the crevices of brick buildings in old libraries. At the border station, they fill up our tanks with shoes and nightmares. I have perfected the art of eavesdropping. I hide behind furniture, crawl under Mama's bed, listen to adults. The skeleton keyhole of my bedroom door opens to the living room. I stick into it a long straw taped to a heavy paper rolled into an ear trumpet. At night, the adults bring out baklava and tea. They huddle around the bubbling samovar and talk. Our walls are thick so they don't whisper. Mama talks as if she swallowed the school principal's loudspeaker. She claims she's deaf in one ear because my father snores like an elephant. I say, elephants don't snore. She points at Daddy and says, this one does. Now, I hold my breath and listen. But they're not speaking about a marriage. They're not laughing. Panic like smoke enters through the keyhole. Who has been arrested? Fear licks my living skin like a lynx. Fear rocks the cradle until the city falls silent. It licks the inky outlines of churches and temples from its lips, the shadows of unbelievers and infidels. Doors uproot themselves. Want some ash for your soup? Some for your lover's tea? I promise I will not haunt you. This is only to cure us of our names. In Trinidad, my aunt takes care of me. My grandmother cooks and gives plenty of advice. I get fat. My skin isn't dark enough. It isn't white enough. My hair doesn't curl tight, nor does it drop straight like a waterfall. I wish I could iron my tongue, crease it sharp, so I could belong. Women sing absence like opera. They sprinkle it on white sheets like perfume, grafted to trees like branches from homeland, indelible scarifications on their lips. The dance is this late breeze, swings the hangman's rope, cold fingers through my hair. Daddy sends me to an all-girls boarding school in England. My roommate has long blonde hair. She mocks the dark hair above my lips. I buy tweezers. Mama's cousin called, says the Basij came knocking on our door looking for her husband. He ran out the back door, thank God. But they would not leave empty-handed. They went next door and arrested our pregnant Baha'i neighbor. I want my Mattel doll back. I want it shoved into my arms. I promise not to eavesdrop. Refugees trail the narrow roads like sheep wandering edges of hallucination. They have no names and their throats are foggy with mournful songs. They are the dead who smell of bone ash. They carry their coffins on their back and the bones in their eyes ache. Think of those left behind, he says. The young girls, they just hanged for refusing to convert. A good religious girl, I'm on display under a bell jar. No boyfriends, no late night parties, no drinking. In the United States of America, all Daddy cares about is protecting my virginity. He guards it like his wallet. Don't wish for death. It may hear you and come dressed like a clown. Don't wear your scars like notes scribbled in the margins of books. Don't line your shoes along the cold wings of a plane about to take off. Fear licks my living skin like a lynx. I walk with a coffin on my back. To escape Daddy's rule, I get married. He is relieved. It's exhausting to protect a girl in a place like America. He holds his head between his palms when Mama reminds him of what we have lost. The losing never stops. Not just things, family, neighbors, people we have known all our lives. Dr. So-and-so is now a dishwasher in a diner in DC. The engineer who built such and such bridge lays tiles in rich people's homes in LA. My school principal and his wife, well, they just disappeared. Tonight, I lose the way to my next dream. Like a candle in a paper boat, Daddy offers me to the sea. I chant every prayer I know, but no mermaid takes pity and returns me to my childhood. My song will not wake the moon's face, the house grass, snow, donkeys burdened with almonds. Instead, the sound of knives sharpen against darkness. Instead, my blouse aches from this cold, contagious absence. For a girl like me, living in a home with her parents, conservative parents, the only way to have sex is to get married. I picked the youngest of them, a few years older than me. He too is a virgin. which alas makes our first night, well, a bit complicated. Someone says, think cucumber. Now, I'm a Persian girl, so of course I imagine a tiny Persian cucumber, the kind my mother chops 5 or 6 at a time and puts in our Shirazi salad. But this is America, and a single cucumber is a rolling pin. A man tells my husband the first night is like slaughtering lamb, make it swift. Well, how to be swift with a clueless virgin, and it was a conundrum my young husband does not solve that night. The day after, at the customary lunch party, men eye me with playful ease. I can almost hear their thoughts, not a virgin anymore, eh? They look me up and down to see how much I have changed from the night before, as if a man's penis is God's miracle rod, electricity and all. I go to the bathroom and throw up in the mirror. It is years later when I taste a durian. It smells of that night. A melange of onions and used gym socks. It tastes like his kisses, creamy garlic, caramel, whipped cream. I eat the durian because I can, because it is delicious, the way throwing up is delicious after a humiliating meal. I divorce and get married again. I look for home under every rock, inside every shirt, between pistachio shells, even in the smoky cloud rising from kebabs cooking over hot coals. I am naive, so I have children. They teach me everything except the meaning of home, and when they're gone, I run again. There is no kitchen on that rooftop. Here are the abandoned bicycles, the colors you buried between walls, the rush of a train over a crumbling bridge. The hyacinths carry the stench of fall spring, its incessant comings and goings like lovers, the bandit wolf, the psychotic cat, the horny dog. Come back, Sholeh the child. Let me splash inside you again. Sit in you without fear of drowning. Let me drink from you, declare you my country, defend you with my wounded knees, make my curly hair your flag, my ribs your borders. Lovers, they come and are ejected. The entertainer who steals, the hallucinating attorney, the trumpet player with medals and guns, the double-dealing psychologist, the sum of them is less than zero. There is nothing left to subtract. Every spring the tree is in the backyard regains its leaves, but the mockingbird returns with the same damn song in his beak. It is raining heartbeats again between operatic war sirens and the high notes of falling bombs. Rain washing the cobblestone of ink, blood washing till only ash remains, clinging to my coffin like mud. There is nothing but a flickering universe. God, a reckless adolescent hardwired hope into our neurons. Beauty opens its eyes and greets us with a sky. We spread our arms wide even though we know the blue is a lie. Every day, I stand in front of a firing squad. Eyes tightly bound with a red kerchief, I think about my mortgage, the price of utilities, the color of their boots. I stand in my puddle and worry about my burial expenses. They aim, but do not shoot. I dedicate this poem to the coffin